also makes a difference. My Carol, she was diagnosed at 48, and 5 years later, right before her 5th birthday, she passed away. Uh, keep in mind some of the things that I'm saying. Each person that has Alzheimer's is different. There's no two that are alike. So please keep that in mind. In fact, yesterday at the library, the gentleman that was next to me, his mother has Alzheimer's. Now he takes care of her. He and his wife, she lives with them. She doesn't remember that she was ever even married. She doesn't remember things. Different people have different symptoms. Some people wander, and the Alzheimer's Association have necklaces or bracelets that you can put, that they can wear, so that the police can, or whoever finds them, can call and find out where home is for them. I wore one in the event that while I was out of the house, I had somebody staying with Carol, but during that time, if I was in a car accident, they would call, so she was always taken care of. But the man that was next to me, we started talking, and he was talking about where he has 2 sisters. His sisters really don't help him. I didn't put it in the book because I didn't want to hurt her children, but Carol's children did not pay attention to her as well. So during the time that I took care of her at home, 24/7, they didn't come by. So I was telling the gentleman next to me that as he was packing up to leave, I said, please keep this in mind. When your mom does pass away, you'll be able to say you were with her all the way. And it was the same thing with my Carol. I was with her all the way through. One of the nurses at the nursing home said, a lot of husbands, their wives, they'll drop off and you never see them. But I was there every day helping her. And it does make a difference if the person that you are the caregiver for, if it's a parent or a spouse. Because if it's a parent, that's one relationship. But if it's your wife or husband, that's somebody that you have a special bond with. And even though Carol and I were only married 5 years when she was diagnosed, we had the type of relationship that every couple wants to have. It was unbelievable. So the book deals with the very first time I saw her, our courtship, the time that we weren't dating, but she had gone one way and I was still at work, and then how the Lord worked things out for later that we did meet. And after our first date, we both sent each other thank you notes. A copy of them are in the book. But we both knew right then that this was the one. For me, the very first time I saw Carol, there was just something so special about her. But it was 2 years before we had a date. So, but after that, it was completely different. My book started out as just writing things to get them off my chest. And then I thought, okay, I'll add a couple pictures just for me. And then it turned into maybe I could help somebody else who is a caregiver. And it doesn't matter if the book deals with the Alzheimer's, but if you're a caregiver, it's all along what you would do, what you wouldn't do. Suggestions. In fact, the thing about Carol, she brought out the romantic in me, which I didn't know. And one of her girlfriends, who was one of my friends as well, made a comment, Frankie, if I ever knew that you were such a romantic, I would have talked to you. But our first date was October the 1st, 1998. 1 year later, I proposed, and 7 months later, we were married. The book, it has pictures. It is a love story. I know I may repeat things, but after being married 5 years, an event that took place, we went to the doctor. Carol told the doctor what was going on. He set it up for her to have a PET scan. I didn't try to write down what a PET scan stands for because it would take 2 hours for me to try and say it. But the results came back and he wanted to see us right away. And that's when she was officially diagnosed with Alzheimer's. And you could look on this color portrait film, you could see where part of the brain was dead. Taking care of Carol was not a chore. I never thought of, boy, this is a real pain. No, like I said, we have one of those very special marriages. So, I'm probably getting all off on what I was going to